What up, G-Life fams? Your boy MC Shadow coming at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, check out the playlist, share, all the good stuff. Now, the playlist is when you go to the home screen, on top it should say home, it should say video, and then it should say playlist. And if you click on playlist, that's where I have all the videos, all my videos, just my videos, and their own separate folders. So if you're just looking for the rap reactions, they're in their own folder. Where I cover neighborhoods, they're in their own folders. Tattoos in their own folder. And, makes it a lot easier finding the video you're looking for. You know what I mean? They're all in their own folders. Now, what I wanted to talk about today was actually something that some of my subscribers have said. You know what I mean? When I be chopping it up with them in the comments, they have said a few things that actually raised my eyebrows. It is now, if there's something I have learned in living this life in this world that I come from, is that the tongue is the most powerful thing. You feel me? The tongue is the most powerful thing. It could end wars and it could start wars. You get what I mean? Maneuvering your words, when you talk, what you say, you got to be careful what you say and how you say it. You know what I mean? Because, there's this narrative going around, right? And, unity, pushing unity and, banding together and all that. You feel me? But see, where they're diverting their energy to, where they think that that this is the problem, is not really the problem. White is not the villain, like the title says. White is not the villain. People get it twisted and think that white people are to blame for all of this, or white people are the bad guys here, or and blah 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 blah. It is not white people that are the villains here. It's kind of like also when I hear people speak, right? When they speak about Black Lives Matter. Oh, and I have my saying on them. But Black Lives Matter and African Americans are two different things. This is the organization, the group, they're them, right? Not all of them belong to the and not all of them agree with Black Lives Matter. You feel me? And when they're talking about them, they're not talking about the whole entire race. So for you guys to be like, oh yeah, blacks are the problem. No, they're not. They're not the problem. White are not the problem. Mexicans are not the problem. Asians are not the problem. Russians, Italians, French, Korean. No one's the problem here. What the problem is, the rich, the wealthy. See, people always get it confused. I have done a video about this, but I'll explain it right here. People always get it confused. They think that white and rich is the same thing. It's not the same thing. The wealthy and white people are not the same thing. Even though majority of white people are rich, meaning as in all the ones that are rich are technically tend to be white, doesn't mean that they're the same as all these other people. They don't put themselves in the same category. They don't mingle with them. They don't see. The only thing that they see is that they have in common is their skin tone, and that's it. You know what I mean? They wouldn't mingle with them. So the whites are on the same boat as everybody else. They're just the pawns in this game as well, just like all of us are the pawns. You know what I mean? The rich tend to brainwash them, thinking that, oh, look, we have the same skin tone, so we're looking out for you guys. They play them. Just like how they play everybody else. You know what I mean? We're just throwing their monies around. You know what I'm saying? They're greedy. Because white people, trust me, man, white people stand with home. Like I have always said, people think that white people are the problem because they see like a bunch of stupid people online on the internet and saying all this stupid stuff. And even like I have always said, even if they had 1,000 people following them and backing up what they're saying, that's still a small percentage of society, homie. 1,000 is not even one city, my boy. 2,000 is not one city. 3,000 is not one city. 4,000 is not one city. 5,000 is not one city. You need at least up to 10,000 to be the smallest city in the United States. So that's not even one city, my boy. So to say that they're all like that, or to say all blacks are like that, or all Hispanics are like that, my boy, that's not even one city, homie. Get your head out of your ass. That's the illusion of all the likes and all the internet, the way it's being pitched. It seems like, oh my God, all the whites are like this. Look at all the shit that they're saying. My boy, that's a small percentage of society. That's not even one city. The smallest city in the United States could hold up to 10,000 people. That's the smallest city. So that's not even one city, my boy. So knock it off. Don't get lost in the illusions. White people are not the problem. They're going through the battles and struggles that everybody else is going through. You feel me? The only reason why it's so easy to blame them and stuff like that, be like, oh, it's because they're not the ones that are being attacked. The wealthy do not see them as their friends either. They're all in the same boat. They manipulate them. Everyone's getting played. You get what I mean? As a matter of fact, the term redneck didn't come from us. It didn't even come from African Americans. It came from their own. It came from the wealthy, because they will see these guys, in the fields hustling the slaves, you know what I mean, in the hot sun and whatever, while the guy's just sipping lemonade, chilling or whatever. So what happened? The guy would take off his shirt, you know what I mean? He was white from all right here, and he was red from up. So you just call him rednecks. Call them rednecks. The term came from them, giving it to the white. Look at these guys think we're alike. We're nothing alike. You're a peasant. You're poor. You get what I mean? They don't see them in the same boat as them, but they know how to play it. They're intelligent enough to know how to maneuver the waters. And have they been maneuvering them for a long time? You feel me? So white is not the issue. Neither is black. They're in the same boat as all of us. See, the thing is, when people push their message, the way that they push it, they make it seem like if they're part of the problem or they're the problem as well and stuff like that. If people want unity, if people want peace, it's not only about uniting your own raza, but it's uniting everybody. Because what good is uniting the brown if you're going to go up against the white or you're going to go up against the black? What good is uniting the black if you're going to go up against the white and you're going to go up against the brown? What good is uniting the white if you're going to go up against the black, you're going to go up against the brown? The problems haven't ended amongst yourselves, yes, but the problems are still there. There's still conflicts. There's still issues. There's still the real life day issues that happen every day. Why focus on just these little things and not fix the problem as a whole? What good is putting a fucking bandage on a crack? You get what I'm saying? And I know I hear people say that, oh, it's got to be one step at a time. Is first we got to unite us. No, because the message that you're pushing is you're making it seem like the other group is the villains as well. The thing is that when you do stuff and when you're supporting somebody, you're doing it because you want to, not because you want them to support you back. If they support you back, fuck it. If they don't, then they don't. That's not the reason why you should be supporting people. You should be supporting because you want to, because we're humanity. As another human being who's getting treated like if he's nothing less. That's why you should stick up. And if they don't stick up for you, fuck it. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because then that just makes it seem like you're going to just do it just because you want them to support you back. They'll come, like I said. People just take a few incidents and they take a few incidents that have happened and want to brand the whole entire shit like, oh, they always been like that, or they're all like that, or they'll never. Like, dude, you don't fucking know. I mean, you can't just take a few incidents and just smash it on there like if it's those are the facts. People have to be careful when they're preaching and they're giving out the message. You know what I mean? Because a lot of it does get polluted with nonsense, and I get it. Some people know that, well, this is the fastest way that people will get to support us because, yeah, I know, because you're fueling into their hatred. You know what I mean? Because the majority of these people that are going to stand with you is because they have hatred towards the other group, and that's the reason why they're marching with you. But what good is them marching with you if they don't have your vision? Like I have said, numbers don't mean shit if they're not really down with your cause. You know what I mean? That only makes people feel like, yeah. Look, if I'm in a rally, I'd rather have 3 people stand with me in front of City Hall that know what the fuck I'm pushing for, that know what I'm fighting for, and that know whatever, preaching right there with me, than having 100,000 people out there that are all there for different reasons and don't even have my vision. What good is all those numbers for then? You know what I mean? I'd rather have the 3 that actually were here because of this, we're pushing this movement, than having 100 or 1,000,000 that are all there for different stuffs and all that shit. What good is the numbers? Like how we run it in neighborhoods, we should know that numbers don't mean shit and then fools ain't with it. So you want everyone on the same boat. That's why people have to, when they push for something and they have movements and stuff like that, like, know your plan, know your game plan, know what you're doing, know what you're talking about, know what your demands are. Know that everyone in your team is really there because of this and not for a different agenda. Because it doesn't matter if one person just stands out there by himself. He's actually really the one that's pushing the message. Everybody else is just there for looks. You know what I'm saying? White is not the villain. Neither is black. It's the wealthy against the poor in this game. You know what I mean? The rich keep getting richer, the poor keep getting poorer. They have enough money, you feel me? There's enough money to make it all work, but they just don't want to share, homie, plain and simple. You think I'm lying? Raise a kid where you spoil them rotten and see what happens. See how they grow up and see if they would want to share. Put that theory to the test because it's been put. Those are facts. I'm just saying. I'm Shadow. We out.